So this is going to look at histograms, another type of data display for single variable data. It is not as specific as a dot plot or a box plot. It doesn't tell us things like the mean or the median or the minimum or the maximum piece of data. It's just going to show us where trends in the data are, okay? So the Fahrenheit temperature readings on 84 spring mornings in New York City are summarized in the table below. Construct and label a frequency histogram of the data with an appropriate scale. So you'll notice that this data is already chunked for us. Like I said, it is not specific small pieces of data. It is grouped already for us. And so since it is grouped, it's grouped into equal chunks. Each chunk represents 5 different numbers. So from 40 to 44 degrees, there's 8 days that are between those temperatures. They didn't tell us exactly how many are at 40 and how many are at 42. They just said there's 8 across those numbers. Okay. And then there's 16 between 45 and 49 degrees. There was 36 days between 50 and 54 degrees, and so on. So we're going to represent them with bars on this histogram below. You'll notice that the frequency, the number of days, is represented on the left, and it is, we'll look at the scale here, it's 2 days, 4 days, 6 days, so it's going by 2 days. And then we're going to put some labels across the bottom to represent what the temperatures are those days. Since these temperatures are grouped into equal size chunks, we're going to make sure that our bars are equal widths. Okay, so our bars have to be the same number of squares wide in order for that to make sense and to be visually represented appropriately. So we're going to start between 40 and 44 degrees. There's 8 days. So when you're making this, the program is a little bit fidgety. So you should start further to the left than you want to be, and you should start up higher than you want it to be. So if I click here, it's going to start the square there, see? And then it stopped me because my square was not wide enough. It needs to be at least 2 wide. I'm going to suggest we make it 3 squares wide. So we're going to start a little bit above where I want to be. See how I clicked almost on the 10? And then it's not going to start the square till the 8. I'm going to make it 3 wide and go down to the bottom. And the 8 is going to represent the number of days where it was between 40 and 44 degrees. There we go. Now we're going to represent the next set, 16 days where it was between 45 and 49. So 16 days, again, we're going to start a little bit above it, and we're going to, oh, no, that didn't work. So I'm just going to, if I make one and I don't want it there, oh, I can't have overlapping rectangles. Okay. So this is 16 days. There we go. I started it too high. So I want it 3 wide, and it's going to come down to the bottom. 45 to 49. Then 36, between 50 and 54. 36, all the way up here. Okay. 3 wide, bring it down. And that's between 50 and 50 and 54. Then 18, between 50 and 55, 18. Oh, didn't start where I wanted it to. There we go. Oh my gosh, 6, so many bars on this one. That was for 60 to 64. And then 2, come on. Oh, I didn't make it wide enough. So if I want to delete it, I click on it again. There it goes. So I just kind of had to keep holding it, and it made it stay. Okay, and so what this helps us visually see is that the most days are between 50 and 54 degrees. So you can see that this is the highest bar. Most days are in that temperature in the spring in New York City. That's what the histogram helps us see. So let's submit it, make sure that's